Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Crystal Cup Lightning Final Fantasy trading card game coverage of here in lovely Dole in France.
Yes, such a nice town.
Yes, so I'm Romain Bétry, and
I'm Jean-Julien, also known as Jiba.
yeah, and Rami for myself. So
Yeah.
we will be your hosts for this event, and as you may know already, the Crystal Cups are for 7 rounds on this day one.
Yeah.
Swiss rounds, best of ones, and then we're proceeding into a top 32 draft on the day 2 and to a top.
My favorite part.
Yes, into a top 8.
8, yes.
So we are, as you can tell, on a VOD right now because we have some problems with firewalls, which prevented us to do a live stream. So we apologize for that, but we are still able to give you this coverage. So without further ado, we're just going to up into the first game.
Because the players are already ready.
Yes.
To start, we have Thomas Alexandre and I let you.
Yes,
do the-
Kaiwei or Changwei
Changwei.
Yun. So 2 French players for this first game. We selected decks that we thought will be amusing. In this case, it will be Alexandre's deck. He's playing a Dragoon deck,
Yes.
water and
And lightning.
lightning deck
Right.
against a pretty common water wind.
Do you have like some cards you want to show up already? Because it's not very.
Well, I mean, for the water wind, I don't think it's necessary
No,
because
no,
it's the
for the
standard
dragoon,
build.
of course.
But for the dragoon, well, of course, we can talk maybe about Barbara, yes, because she's a main card in this deck. She has the ability to give haste to all dragoons' card names or job, and obviously, it's going to be a very good card in the core.
And very important.
Yes, and for the water engine, we can see that he has Layla Viking, and this is also a staple in this element.
Like you're playing water, you're playing them.
Yes, so straight off the bat, we have Kaiwei opening up with an Alera that is going to search for. I didn't see. I think he searched for Chalinka.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, so Leria, very good EX burst searcher for Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Sorry, 2 cards. So either Yuri or Chalinka. Everyone knows Yuri. Everyone knows Chalinka. They've been here for since Opus 7 came out.
We can show them.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're cute.
Yeah. So
But
Chalinka.
Chalinka, at least.
Very strong card. Enables every Crystal Chronicle forwards to deal characters rather to do 1,000 damage more when they do damage. So we'll see this maybe later with Analame. And Yuri, who we don't really need to introduce this card anymore. Very, very strong light card forward that has access to a lot of abilities.
And meanwhile, we have a dragoon played. Oh,
Yeah, and a
And we-
Yashtola. The Dragoon
No,
was
it's
search.
It's
The
search,
Dragoon
right,
was
yeah,
search,
that's
yes. And so now we have a Yashtola coming into play. So he seems to prefer and play the safe forward in Yashtola rather than the Shalinka. Maybe it's because he's keeping the Chalinka to do the damage on entry to battle effect. I don't know.
No, I think that his biggest issue right now is he doesn't have any backups.
Yes.
I only played 4 for the first one, and he doesn't have a second one to play. And like discarding 2 cards right now was maybe one too much.
I mean, both Shalinka and Yashtola are free cost forwards. So
Yeah.
it's just why one over the other. I'm just trying to guess.
yeah,
but
yeah.
maybe he saw that he's against lightning and water, so maybe he's thinking summons. So maybe
it was-
Yashtola makes more sense.
It was Yuri in my head, that's why.
Oh, yeah, no.
I was
no.
about 4 minutes
Yeah.
because we still didn't show.
Show Yuri, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So Yuri has the particularity to have all elements, which enables him to use his ability with great ease. So here we have Tordan. So Tordan is
I love this card.
yeah, it's a very good card. EX Burst and allows you to search for any
Any
card
card.
in your deck. So let's see what he's going to get. At this point,
One of the best X-Burst.
at
one-
this point he's
the one I
going
love
to
the
look
most.
for Freya. So Freya. Which is one of the few dragoons, actually the only dragoon rather in the
In the deck?
In the I mean not in the deck, but in the water element.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
If you had told me in the deck,
No, not in the
I
deck.
would have been a bit surprised, you know.
No, of course not. So he passes after that.
Yeah, so only searching for now. Well,
So
it's
you're still swinging for the first point of damage,
and it's in.
and it's a Freya, but the other one. So
Yeah.
obviously this one is here because this one has an S ability, so that's why the other one is being also thrown in.
This
But-
guy.
So this S is pretty good if you have a good board already filled with dragoons, because it deals more damage for each dragoon that you have. But the other one doesn't have an S, but the ability when it enters the field is way more interesting. So it reduces power as well.
So what is he playing right now?
He took the card in the hand. I didn't see, but it has to be a free cost. It's Pain.
Oh, he's Pain. Okay.
So he plays Pain without any Yuna or Riku. That's you can see he's really having a bad hand at this moment, because you never played Pain like this.
Not like this.
So maybe he understood actually that since he sees a lot of dragoons, he's expecting haste. So that's why he wants to have a character. Oh, and we have Fordola. So Fordola is a character forward that allows you to break a backup when she enters, and she gains permanent abilities if you do so. So now she has Haste, First Strike, Brave, and 1000 power.
That's cool.
Yes, so now it's a very beefy 9k with a lot of abilities. So
and no, it's Dragon time.
Yeah, now it's Dragoon time.
So we already showed both of them, but you know the
yes. So this one, this one is like very strong. Now, I mean, right now he is at 9,000.
Yeah.
So here we go. Damage with Fordola. He got the Pain EX burst, so he's searching for Riku. Finally able to have some backups.
But is it not too late already?
Yeah, I don't know what Wind can do right now.
It's Water Wind.
Well, Water Wind, sorry, rather.
I'm he doesn't have a lot of ways to deal with a lot of creatures at the same time.
Especially because of the costs.
Yeah,
we know that he has Diablo, but Diablo cannot deal with anything easily, at least that is under 5 cost.
Well, at least he's Xing things.
Yes, he's Xing things. So now Merweb, allowing him to draw 2 and discard 1.
He discarded
another Merweb. And he passes. So let's see what Kaiwei can do.
Well, now he has a lot of more cards, so it actually gained some advantage. But
so we saw he has a Riku. I think he has a second copy of Y'shtola in his hand. He has a Valfor, a Bartz, another Pain, and Yuri. So he has a lot of duplicates, actually. So he's trying to swing to see if he can get rid of the Pain, so he can play a Riku and play another Pain.
With bonuses this time.
Yeah, so at least reactivating 2 backups, which would allow him to play something else. I expect it to be a Yuri. He would just drop 2 and then pay Yuri. I think that's the plan here. Let's see.
So no blocks there.
No block, yeah.
The Viking.
Viking doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so you never want him there.
Yeah.
You'd rather draw and draw and draw, and after that draw a bit more.
Yes. So, also, Alexandre took the safe route by not blocking with Fordola, even though she has First Strike, because Diablo is still a thing, as we said. It can still reduce the power of something
this time
that is 4 CP or less by 2 1000, so that was a risk. But for Y'shtola, he doesn't care. He's blocking with the 2 CP.
Well, actually,
and
he's very dead. You only said it was like 9k.
It should be, because there's 2 Dragoons. Card name Dragoon or Job Dragoon, and I'm pretty sure Freya is a Dragoon. Oh, Fordola is in one.
Fordola wasn't.
Yes, my mistake. He was only at 7k. And he plays the over Y'shtola, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what he was trying to go for.
But he was working with both cards. So.
Yes.
And he was able to deal a bit of damage meanwhile. So this guy is fetching for a dragoon.
So now we have the Blumecia King. Burmecia. I'm used to the French name. This is gonna happen a lot, I can tell. So searching for any dragoon or card named dragoon. Let's see what he gets. At this point, you could get another copy of the 2 CP that you just lost. He's almost reaching a lot of backups, so he could get an Estinian, but no, he's going for the dragoon.
Well, maybe he went for the artwork.
Yes. So this one costs 1 less for each dragoon that you have.
Yeah.
So right now he's at 2.
And it cannot be 0.
No. There's actually the only card that can become 0 is Golbez.
The one at 8?
Yes, one of the 2 at 8. The Archfiend one.
Yeah.
All the other cards always specify it cannot reach 0. It cannot reach 0. So he swings with Frievia, and the final Yashtola,
Third one.
the third Yashtola is gone. So now he knows that this is the last Yashtola he has to deal with.
But even though I'm not sure it's very much a pain in the ass for him, the Yashtolas, it doesn't have a much very strong effect. Most of the time it's just happy, like removing a forward.
Yes, but still the summons could help. So he's making him mill 1 because he has the opportunity to do
Yeah.
so.
You always have to do it when you can.
Hmm.
Because it often end up being interesting. So he's doing it one more time? No. Oh,
No,
did he play the S? That's why he's checking?
No, he was just, he did it during his turn and now it's his turn.
Oh, okay. No, because he showed something with his hand on the Riku, and Toma is like checking.
Okay,
What was that?
I think they're. I think it's because he chose to mill when he didn't have an opportunity to do so. Or something, but he should have be able to now at the end of his turn. So I don't know. This is a judge table decision. I'm not quite sure what is going on right now.
We have a judge at this table, right?
Yes, there is a judge at the table.
Let's just let him handle this.
So I think now he's considering playing the Bards. No, the Yuri first.
The Yuri first.
So keeping the 2 backups active.
Yeah,
and he's using the ability immediately to Dole and freeze for Dola.
Okay.
So he's swinging for damage.
Damage there.
I think he's maybe... Does he have 4 cards in hand? He's going to fetch 3 and play Bards? No, he doesn't. He only has 3 cards in hand, so he's going to pass.
That's interesting.
He's not scared of 2 hastes.
Well, Toma doesn't have a lot of cards in hand, but... maybe
I mean,
2 damage. I don't know. This is the point for me when you can start having pressure on the board, and surviving pressure.
There you go.
We have
That's all it took to make all the damages.
So it's normally the time when you start making values out of Yuri.
Yeah. So Barbara is right here giving ace to all 4 dragoons. That means that the 3 CP dragoon. Oh, Kuchulain.
This is nice.
So how many does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So minus 5k. Doesn't kill anything.
Yeah.
So he chooses Barbara. Draws 1. But we know he has Valfor in hand, so he can still cast the Valfor too.
But now that it drew,
he can kill Barbara. So that way the Dragoon would lose haste. But the thing is...
it's dealt.
Yeah, because the thing is, he should have been able to do this before he declared the attack.
Yeah.
Because this is now too late. So I don't know if he thought about it, but that's 1 extra damage he shouldn't have taken.
Clearly.
So now he's at 6, very much pressured. He still has Yuri, but not a lot of backups.
Yeah.
He needs to put
even though there is no card in hand.
Yes, he needs to put as many forwards as he can. So he puts a Yuna.
Sure. And...
is he gonna swing?
He's gonna swing.
I mean, he's free. He's 2 damage off. 1 damage off. Don't tell me he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have anything. Okay. That was game.
Okay.
I don't really understand. I think...
yeah, I mean, I read... okay.
Okay. I don't know what happened there, but I think Alexandre made a slight miscalculation. But, okay. So...
no, you mean Alexander or...
Alexandre, yeah. Alexandre Thomas, it's like it's reverse, so it doesn't matter. But
yeah.
Alexandre made a mistake. I think he miscalculated. But yeah, he should have played more defensively. But so Kaiwei takes it for this first game. Yeah, not quite sure what happened there. Maybe we'll ask Alexandre. We're gonna see. I'm gonna check with them if we can bring one of them for the interview. And
yeah, it's best of 1. I forgot.
Yeah, it's his best of 1.
I was finished. Like, yeah, it's not finished there.
So I'm gonna go.
Yeah, sure.
While you just do this.
Put there.
Right.
And so we are back just for a moment with Thomas.
Yes, so the winner didn't want to show us his English skills, but Thomas decided to come. So
Yeah.
the first question, like I told you, is like we can talk about why your choices of bringing a Dragoon deck.
It's mainly because dragons are my main class in FF14.
Oh,
But also I love the character like Kane and Freyja from FF9 and all the stuff like that. But when I saw the Opus 8 coming with stuff like the dragon for free.
Yes,
when
the
you
free
pay,
CP, that costs less.
yeah,
etc.,
that
yes.
costs less. Before that, we got Barbara.
Barbara, yes.
Before that,
The
we got the
2CP,
2,
Yes.
and I think
it was all you needed.
Yeah, I
You
feel
showcased
like,
all of them, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played a lot, mostly because they're pretty strong if you play a lot of them. But we didn't see that, but I also play Jake and Ramza.
Yeah, we saw.
My deck is a really aggro one, so I tend to
And
have
Estinia also.
yeah.
Yes.
Actually, it's the first time I played L Estinian
Okay.
because otherwise the other time I don't see the need to play 5 mana dragon.
Okay.
So
Okay.
But it's so strong even all alone, so...
yeah, but I don't know, but I prefer my 2 CP dragon.
Yeah.
Sometime became 15k.
Yeah.
So when you got that with I also played a different version of my deck with Shemazai in
Okay.
it.
Mm.
So it's only 2 CP.
Yeah.
So when you play Shemazai, all your forwards just crush the enemy.
I see. So as you told me as well, yeah, the miscalculation is just that you didn't expect the Kuchulain X
Yeah,
burst.
the X burst. Yeah. If it didn't have that one,
Yeah, then Barbara would just
yeah.
swing and
Barbara just
game. Yes.
gave the ultimate damage. But
But-
yeah, that's the game. He plays 22 X burst. He told me.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
it's water
Yeah.
wind, so
Yeah.
you have to expect some EX
but
bursts.
6-7 on the first game is not a bad result. So
No.
pretty confident for the rest. As he told me, he wouldn't expect a deck like that. And,
Yeah.
he was
Figure
pretty
so.
taken aback from it. So
Yeah, we saw, as we said during the stream, that his starting hand seemed to be pretty bad, so he had
Yes.
to actually put a lot of forwards. I think that actually played in his favor, because usually
Yeah.
if he would have played slow, I think you would have crushed him
Yep.
with all the haste, but the fact that he put it forwards to begin with was better.
Yeah, because usually I tend to have 4 or 5 backups, but that time I didn't have the choice, so I couldn't put 4 forwards in one turn like I usually do.
So we saw on your list that you have a Layla Viking, but you
Yeah.
don't play Cloud of Darkness.
No.
Why
no.
not? Because you have a lot of forwards.
5
like you
CP?
said.
I play Arc.
Oh.
I play just one Arc
Yeah.
because of the I can wipe the board with it, and even if I kill my own forward, after that I
There's
just
such low
draw
cost
so
that you
many
don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I see.
I can destroy Layla, Viking. I can even destroy my dragon with 5k attacks. I don't care.
Yes.
After that, I draw so many cards. So
Okay.
So yeah, just one last question before you leave. You said that you're gonna send your dragon crush the enemy.
yeah,
Do you have like a battle cry at this time? Like when you attack like 5 dragons on the table and you're like, oh, okay, attack, attack.
yeah. I usually don't do that because this would look silly as hell. So no, but my deck is actually called Dragon Revolution. So
Okay,
Nice.
I like this one.
Nice.
Haven't
So,
played
like-
it in a while, but I like
yeah,
it.
I haven't played it ever.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure I suck as hell at this game, but
But yeah, like my last question is, we talked about the Opus 8 reveals, but
Yeah.
now we have Opus 9. What do you think like
Kane.
about the new Kane, of course?
Kane is absolutely going into my deck.
Yes, of
As
course.
soon as it releases, it will replace my
Well, it is
Fordora.
really since yesterday.
Yeah, but not
I
playable
s-
today.
Yeah,
So.
Not-
I soon.
Yes, we didn't remind that actually. Yes, the tournament is that the Luma ban is effective,
Yes.
but the Opus 9 is not yet legal. It will be in 2 weeks. So this is one of the last few Opus 8 tournaments.
Yeah, so if it was the case that Opus 9 is released, I would play Kane.
Yeah.
And my deck would not be a dragon like it was right now because I got so many normal units like Mach 12,
Okay.
Yes.
like Mach 6, Paladin in backups. There's so many things I want to change at Opus 9.
I see. Well, hopefully you and all the other players will soon have their packs or their displays and start
Yes.
building, because that's
And
the fun of
Yeah, and
Opus
show us what your next version of your deck is.
Yeah, hopefully it will be even better with the king. The king is just
at nationals
huge.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe at nationals, or maybe do
Yeah.
you have already plans to go to the next Crystal Cups?
Not the Crystal Cups, but yeah, we'll be at the nationals
Cool.
Okay,
this
cool.
year.
We'll see you there then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks.
All right, thanks. So good luck on
Good
your
luck.
next games, and
Thanks
we'll
a
see
lot.
you maybe a bit later.
Yeah.
All right, so yep. So for us, I didn't check actually the time, but I think there's like at least 10 minutes left in the
Yes,
round.
we still have some time.
Yes,
it
so
was
we still have-
pretty fast. Even though we took some time to set up things,
Yes.
we still have a lot of time ahead of us.
Yes. So we have some, let's say, filling time to talk about and discussions. So we were actually thinking, since this is a transition, this is still an Opus 8 tournament, like we said, but the
Yes.
Opus 9 was released yesterday on the 19th. It was good to make a summary of what Opus 8 brought us, at least competitively. And during the rest of the rounds, what we're going to do is, for example, at Idle in the Crystal Cup Earth, they made you a review of every spoiler for each element that were released. But what we're going to do now is a bit different. Is we're actually going to do a top 5, so to speak, of each card that are considered the best in each element. According to top players, I've been looking around on Discords, asking, and I've sorted some data.
Yeah, because normally you already know what's going on in the Opus 9, so
Yes.
we cannot spoil you something.
Exactly. So now, yes, you have access to the browser. There's also another thing that the website completely changed. They released yesterday a new version. So if you want to check that out, you go on the fftrainingcardgame.com. Everything has been renewed. It's super cool. There's an introduction page which has every link that you want if you consider starting playing the game.
Easier than ever to start and learn.
You have the tutorial on one page, you have all the rules in one page, you have all the store locator on one page. It's super convenient. So I encourage you to go and check this out if you plan on starting the game. So regarding the Opus 8 summary, like I said, so we have some data that I here prepared. So this is actually data that was gathered by a Japanese player. He went on FFdex just to search through the all major tournaments that happen in Japan and also European ones. I guess pretty much the Grand Opens and Crystal Cups that were already happening.
So we are on Opus 8, not on Opus 9, right?
No, so this is Opus 8 only. He gathered all the data and sorted the decks, let's say the archetypes that were played the most. So Opus 8, there were 12 tournaments in Japan. 8 tournaments abroad of Japan, so that includes maybe North America, I don't know. So out of 144 decks, 23% were Earthwind. So Earthwind is the deck that is the most played. And we know now that the Deluma is banned now, so it's quite interesting. I'm really interested to see in this tournament if actually the Deluma ban is going to impact the ratio of the number of decks Earthwind played.
Actually, my guess before this tournament was before the ban, I couldn't see a real reason to play something else than Dadaluma and the Earthwind, the Cactua and stuff. You had plenty of versions. All of them could arrange themselves through the meta. Like the last tournament I played, I couldn't play like Mog 11. It was simply bad because so many games would end up in milling your opponent. So it was way better to play the milling package within. But the other deck that was coming out at this point was the Waterwind. And I thought, and we will see today, that most of the player wanted to play the best deck will play the Waterwind today.
Yeah, so you think Waterwind is now the standard?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm fairly sure that it's going to be either this or the Ice Earth, which is still quite popular. So that's the winner of the last Crystal Cup in Eindhoven. So it's just the Flan Toto, as we call it, the mono ice package, but with some splash of Earth. I also think that still regarding the Earthwind, there's always been discussion that actually the Dadaluma Cactuar package is really strong when you manage to pull it off. but there's always been, ever since the banner was announced, everyone knows that you can replace that Illuma pretty easily in
Yes,
the deck. It's just that
yes.
it's not as destructive as the combo, but still it's an easily replaceable card. So maybe it won't impact that much. But will they play it now that it's at the end of the
Yeah,
Opus and
it's
there's
the end.
maybe better choices available? We'll see. Because we're going to ask for people to actually gather data for this specific tournament as well, and we'll do you a breakdown later.
I think if some players had a lot of time to prepare, they might have find something to replace easily the Danuma. Yeah, you're right.
Because there's also...
stronger.
We were speaking
water,
about...
wind water.
Yes, we were speaking about wind water, but this is one version. There's also a very other popular version that is currently being played a lot of Earth, Water, Wind, which is the Gold Wings version. So you don't play the backup Yuna and Riku and not this pain. You actually play the Gold Wings package, and you cannot be targeted. So that counters a lot, specifically Ice, for example,
Yes.
and other decks as well that target a lot. So this is also becoming really popular. So I'm quite interested to see if actually players play this instead. So maybe we'll have this in feature. I mean, probably if it ends up in top, we'll see it eventually. But
It will be interesting to know if like both most play decks are wind and water, but not the same version.
That would be
Like,
interesting.
It would be fun because we have a lot of tools for both of decks.
So the second deck with 15% is Mono Water.
Mono
Mono
Water,
Water, I don't know if this includes the Mono Water Fusoya version as well, but at least the Mono Water. So this is...
Yeah, I guess it's both of them because like it came a bit later.
Yes, but so this is a staple deck that exists for a long time. It started in Opus 3,
Yeah.
and thanks to Kenyazo and other cards now we have Cloud of the Darkness, we have Porum. There's a lot of cards.
And you have the Vice, the
Layla Viking
Layla.
package, the Yuna backup always
Yes.
for the summons. So I don't think this deck is going to go anywhere as well in Opus 9 because we've seen the new Palom, we've seen the new Famfrit, stuff like that. So yeah, this is going to be quite exciting.
I love the new Palom.
Yeah, the Palom. We're going to talk about this later,
Later,
obviously,
yes.
but yeah, new
Like
Layla
spoiler,
target.
yes, we love it.
Yes. Yeah, so I know that, for example, we had a very famous French player that's still playing Mono Water Fusoya.
Yes.
Not surprising. So, yeah, I expect to see still this deck being played a lot today.
Yes,
The third deck with 9%, so we're already dropping a lot, is actually One Water.
Okay.
So 9% only. So as I said, it's just that it's a deck that came out a bit
yeah,
later.
a bit later,
so
nearly at
maybe,
the end actually.
Hmm.
So that's not very surprising. That's only 9%, but actually it's even. You can even say that it's impressive that it is at 9% since maybe half of the tournament didn't have any of them before.
The other thing that we didn't say about Earthwind is that it doesn't only cover the Earthwind, pure Earthwind.
Yes.
It also covers the Phoenix version.
Yeah.
So the one where you splash, etc. So yeah, because
With
there's also
Orion
pure.
and,
Yes, there's a pure
Leia and
Earthwind
stuff.
where you don't play all those things. So there's a lot of different builds.
Yeah.
Also
But
with
that's what makes it strong actually.
yes. So also with 9%, we have Ice Water.
Okay.
So the Vice Kings. Vice Kings as well, since Opus 7 with
Yeah.
Sephiroth, etc. We had
Nidhogg's.
we need Ogs. That was Opus 6.
Yeah, right.
But so yes, actually since Opus 6. But the new Sephiroth improved it.
Yeah.
The Lenoa, etc. So players know these combos. In Opus 8, we had some few new cards like the Time Mage, for example.
Mm-hmm.
The new backups as well, Paladin. So there's stuff that have been played. You've seen this deck before. It was in the finals actually. Eindhoven versus the Ice Earth.
I'm pretty sure Mikael there is playing it today.
Yeah,
we
we'll see.
have some of them.
So the thing is, regarding Opus 9, I don't think this deck is going to go anywhere as well because there's pretty new things. Because you play water, you play ice, you can play Plallum, and there's Zalera. So why not play them together?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. The new Famfrit as well. We're going to talk about this later. So I don't think this deck is going to go anywhere. all those archetypes pretty much are going to be strengthened anyway. That's the point of an opus.
Yeah, but the thing is, they have a strong package that is the
core.
the
Yeah,
core,
yeah.
the core, the engine of the deck.
Yes.
So having new cards that just replace lower versions of some cards,
Yes,
or add new small
I still
packages together.
I
around
still
that.
think that some of those decks that we spoke, there's cards in Opus 9 that were actually replace some of the core cards. So
Oh.
that's the key thing.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see.
So it's a new version of the same.
Yeah, we will have
two
to,
elements.
Yes, we have to let the popular deck builders see and come up with spicy things, but we won't see this until Madrid will be Opus 9. So this Crystal Cup will be Opus 9. This will be an interesting stream. And last in fifth place with 7% is Mono Ice. So Mono Ice, as we know, that was the very first deck targeted by bans with Tomaturge and what's his name, Bookaboo, and no, Elastos. Sorry, I don't remember the English name of Elastos, but you know the card.
Even Tomatage is not the same name.
Occultist.
Occultist.
Yes, I just remember. French brain turned off. So yeah, Mono Ice, as I said, also covers the Mono Ice Earth version. So this as well is because of Sephiroth. There wasn't a lot of new things in Opus 8.
No,
mostly
but the
for
core
backups.
was already so strong.
It was mostly for backups.
Yeah, like the
we had
seven.
we had Cocytus, we had the Emperor that was also from the previous one, but mostly Cocytus, and you had also the new Porom. So the new Porom 2CP, some players play it as well.
Okay.
But yeah, that's also pretty much why maybe it's such a low percentage. Is
because it was in the first part of the Opus 8, and
people tend to play things that are newer, maybe, so that's why. But yeah. So that's the top 5 for the Opus 8 for the coverage. I mean, not coverage, but like the data that has been gathered from the latest tournaments that happened. So, yeah, I think some of these elements are going to stay, but I expect Fire to be maybe at least in top 5 now for next Opus 9 because there's a lot.
I don't know. We always hope that Fire will be there.
Seriously, like this time, Fire got really good cards. Like both legend. We're going to talk about this in the next round because we're going to do them by elements. But Fire got some really good legendaries, and I expect to see Fire, to be honest. And maybe not.
I
like
hope
the
so.
top,
Actually, I really hope.
I think it will be played. At least in Japan, for example, because it always like Fire. They play Ice Fire. Actually, that could have been there. Ice Fire.
I think it was probably like 5% or 3%.
Yeah,
just a bit lower than the top 5, but
still 5% of 140 is like at least 20 something decks. So that's still cool. There's no Golbez. I'm sad. But yeah,
don't be sad.
We'll see. Maybe there's some Golbez here today. We'll see. But
you're not playing.
No, I'm not.
So I'm not sure there is.
No, there's some other players than me. We know this. So for now, yes, I'm hearing commotion. So I think the next round is going to start soon. So what we're going to do is just go on a small returning soon screen.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with hopefully a very entertaining game 2 as well as the first one was.
Yes.
So
yeah,
see
the
you.
first one was interesting.
Yeah, the Dragoons were fun.
Yes.
So see you in a bit with the new coverage.
And we are back for the next round. We have Jérémy Rosier against Paul Garenda.
Yes, so we have a mono lightning deck on the left side versus.
Did you tell them they can start now?
Oh yeah,
You
sorry.
forgot to tell the judge, I think.
Yes. It's gonna be quite.
Quite, yeah, fast.
Yes.
We are using all the technologies
Yes.
available to that.
All right, so we have, as I said, mono lightning on the left side versus water wind
Yes.
again on the right side.
But not the same version.
not the same version.
Yes.
Yes. This one plays around Ash a bit.
Yeah.
Because I saw that he has Raster.
Tag boys there. This one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this Ash. Very old Opus 2.
Very
Every time she
strong.
gets targeted, she pumps herself by
Yeah.
3k, which is very good. Also activates herself, which is good in a meta where ice exists.
Yeah.
So pretty much like the previous game, we see that Jérémy is opening with the free CP searcher, Louisois.
Louis.
He went to search for Alizé. So Alizé,
Not the singer.
no. So Alizé, even though you don't have a Cyan deck, you still play her because she's a searchable 2 backup. That's pretty much all there is to say, actually. It's a 2 backup that you can search through another backup is always good.
Yeah.
So
And
actually, it's Alfino, rather.
yeah, this one.
Yes.
And so well, you can already figure out, but he's playing more of a Sion of the 7 down version.
Yes.
And on the other side, we have a bit of old school package, I would say.
We have Zidane. So it's Zidane here, menacing. He has to get rid of him, otherwise he's going to start and draw a lot of cards.
Yes.
So every time you deal damage with this Zidane, you draw 2. And Rigdia is answered. So there you go. Forcing the 2 CP.
It's
So actually, no, I was right. You search for Alizé, but you still play Alfino.
okay.
Okay.
And we have actually kind of a Final Fantasy IX package on the right.
Yes.
And it's so another version of the Windwater, like we
Yeah.
said just before.
This one is
So
more
many
of
existing.
I play the cards that I like. Like some players obviously don't play
Yeah.
meta. They just play to have fun and play their favorite cards. This is fine as well.
Udo Steiner.
Yes, there's Steiner's Zidane we saw. So obviously he has the Echo Garnet as
Yes.
well, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
Yes, he has
yeah,
Garnet.
there.
Yes. And he plays Rain, which is interesting. The light Rain that gives haste to
This one.
everyone. Yeah. So also reduces power. So I guess that's the theme here.
Yeah.
So Veritas of the Dark. We haven't seen him yet. There we go. Getting rid of Ash. Oh, and speaking of Rain, here is the light legendary counterpart of Veritas of the Dark. So Veritas of the Dark has been a very, not controversial card, but everyone has been finding it to be too overpowered. But it's not as strong as people think it is. It's just that they
It's just
don't.
very good.
It is good, but they just don't play around it. But
Yeah.
if you expect it, it's not as strong as you expect it to
Yeah,
be.
clearly.
Especially when I've seen people trick with Femfrits to force people to actually discard their own backups or stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's when you play your own Veritas, but also you can do tricks with summons or other abilities when they play their Veritas. So he plays another Rain that he had in hand. So now Rain reduces...
A foil one.
Yeah, foil one, very important. We like foils.
I like it.
Every time you attack, you reduce the forwards of your opponents by 2,000 and increase your own by 2,000. So very good card. So another swing of damage. Doesn't choose to block, and it's a pain. Shame because he had both Yuna and Riku already on the field. You would have liked that. So the Rigdia really, I mean, he forced him to play to get rid of the Zidane, but it doesn't do much here now.
No,
Usually it's something that you see being played by the Alcid.
of course.
Oh, speaking of which.
Yeah.
So I guess he has Onion Knights.
Onion Knights,
And there
yeah.
you go. This is the,
The
again, Opus 2,
yeah.
old school combo. So Onion Knight dealing 5k to something that took damage, and since you deal 6k damage with Alcid,
Alcid.
you did 11k. So this is something that
Don't show the camera, please.
no, I think it's just that the thing, yeah, the light.
Oh, okay.
So we have a problem with lights. I apologize if sometimes this falls, but so yeah, obviously you don't want to do that on Ash because actually she's one of the few forwards that survived this combo
Easily.
by 1k actually, but still that's 1k.
1k is easily.
Another rain, so this is the last rain.
Yeah.
At least we know that there's no special ability that can be used. But still, this is a very menacing and aggressive board from Jeremy. What else could he add there? Something that doles, maybe? Ramu? He has options, but the thing is, Ash can reactivate, so...
He attacked with Ashras, right?
Yes.
There was no block on anything.
That's what that's why she's dull. We already passed the turn.
No, but I was thinking I didn't put damage on top.
True.
And I don't see the damage zone of Jeremy.
I don't know if he has one. Maybe it's hidden. We'll see. So he plays a backup. He played 2 black mages to get rid of rain. So that's nice. So Verity of the Dark does 1 damage. Rigdia does 1 damage. Riku does 1 damage, and everyone dealt damage. He didn't choose to reactivate Ash. Interesting.
Why?
Maybe he had no water cards in hand. I don't know.
Maybe, but you are so far beyond. So why attack with Ash at this point?
I have no clue. Let's see.
So I have seen that he has Layla in hand.
Maybe we missed something.
So he's checking if I have Vikings.
Layla Viking. There you
gonna
go. Draw a card.
So yeah, right now he needs to find a way to survive at least next turn.
He only has 2 cards in hand now, so...
Okay, so next turn is coming pretty soon.
One of them is Athena, so he can't pay for it, so he's blocked. So he's just putting as much blockers as he can, but that's 3 blockers against 4 attackers. But he has 4 CP available in backups, and I think that's 3 cards in hand. So yeah, the summons are a threat right now.
Yeah, I am checking the summons on the...
It's 2 Ramus. He only has the two Ramus versions, the 3 CP one and the 4 CP one.
I was actually more checking on the pole side because I'm trying to find a way for him to survive.
Oh, yes, sorry. He doesn't have much. I mean, even if he Diablos, but we know he can't. He only has 2 cards in hand. There's nothing he can play. There's only Bismarck, to bounce something.
Or to halve its power, maybe he can survive like this.
But I mean, reducing the power of...
not enough. It can have...
Veritas is still going to swing a damage. That's the problem. It is at 6, so...
Yeah, but if you halve its power, you can block twice with Ash.
Yes, but that's actually the only thing that makes him survive. It's Bismarck.
Yes.
But we know he has Athena in hand, so that's not a possibility.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he has 2 win cards in hand. I think I took a glimpse.
Yeah, okay, so it's going to be very difficult.
Yes.
Like, at this point, like, you're looking at your opponent.
Speaking of
do you
3
really want to
CP,
attack?
what is this?
Oh,
it's the Black Waltz.
This one.
Yes. Black Waltz 3. We usually know his fire counterpart, Black Waltz 2.
True.
That is more play, but this one is also good. It's also an Alcid combo piece.
So he decided... Yeah, okay, he got the Viking, so he has 1 more card in hand. Maybe he has a way out of this.
Oh, he chooses to block. Yeah, Jeremy just made the right call to make a party attack, so there you go.
Yeah, I couldn't see pull out of this one.
He's showing that he also had the Ramu, so he had ways to deal with it. So, yeah. So it's just...
I don't like this part when you show all your cards left.
Yes. So maybe it's just that the Zidane play was maybe too cheeky, I guess, versus Mono Lightning, because there's too many cards. There's Acid, there's just the Rigdia. It was the excellent, the perfect answer.
It wasn't a draw, so he already knew it was Mono Lightning, right?
Yes. I mean, you saw the backups. Maybe they know each other as well. That's also a possibility. But yeah, I think the Zidane was very, very brave, but it didn't pay off in the end.
Well, it didn't have Brave, but...
Yes, right. If that one...
I'm there for the jokes.
Yeah. I prefer if you had haste. That would be broken.
Yes.
All right, so same thing as previously. I'm going to go check if our winner wants to come to an interview. I think Jeremy is very friendly. He's going to come.
Yes.
So
he loves
speaking
English.
He loves to talk. Yeah, we're going to see. So I'm going to go and get a hold of him, and I'll be right back. And we're back with
Yes.
the winner of this round, so Jérémy Rosier. So congratulations again on this win.
Thank you
Yes.
very much.
You might have seen me in the European Championship.
Yes,
Exactly.
At Worlds too, but it wasn't participating.
Yeah, as a babysitter.
Yeah, we were going to
English
talk
coach.
about this.
Yes.
So yeah, we usually don't drop names, etc. But I know he's like fine with it. So what is as he was saying, what is it like to be the babysitter of the best Mono Lightning player in France? So Evan Tanguy.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah, of course, like a father figure now.
Yes, and I really appreciate Evan. I have a lot of opportunities to play against him with his Mono Lightning. So in the first round, I play against Mono Lightning in mirror match, and it was.
When you're used to it, like you have an edge.
Yeah, I know
big edge.
what cards are very. How can I say? Very useful against a mirror match. So it was not easy, but.
Wait, you were against Evan on the first round?
No,
I
not
was
against
like, oh,
Evan,
I thought,
against
wow,
someone else, a French
immediately.
guy. I appreciate Alexis.
Okay, so he
and then-
gave you the knowledge.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
exactly,
got it.
exactly. Yeah, thanks to him. Merci, Evan.
Yeah, like
And,
Evan
this-
is here actually today, so I know he has a lot of fans. I don't know when people were cheering for him, but yeah, he's here today as well. So we'll see if he performs at least as well as he did in Eindhoven.
I hope so for him.
Yeah, well, for you too as well, of course. So, how do you think? What do you think about the matchup for this one? Because
Yeah, unfortunately, my opponent didn't have his backup at first, and he had 3 reins in hand. He told me two or
reins.
3 reins
Yes.
in hand, and I was very lucky with my black mage because I could put my backups quickly while destroying
While
his
killing
forwards.
things,
Yeah,
yes.
so it was very cool for me.
And very
I
fast.
took this advantage and very fast, yes, because I put a lot of forwards. He didn't draw anything for that, and
Also, getting rid of the Ash effectively with the Veritas right on point when it should have been. That was very key as well.
exactly, yes.
So, would you have actually played anything else but Mono Lightning if you didn't play that much with Evan, or?
No, I really like playing Mono Lightning thanks to Evan. It's like my mentor. I can't
Yes.
but yes.
Let's say that it wasn't, and you would play something else. What would it be?
I really like Earthwind. Yeah, but
Earthwind,
now that
so,
Aloma
okay.
is banned,
You still think it's not worth playing it?
no, I don't think so.
Ah.
I don't think so. But I really like the mill deck, and I'm trying Icewind mill deck
Oh, yes.
now with the new mug, Opus 9.
Yes. The
Who,
one that does both.
Yeah,
wind
the 2
and
cost
ice.
backup, yes, both ice and wind. And I really like the Zalira,
Yes. that's
1
very
cost
nice.
Zalira, because I play Terra backup.
Yes. So you
And just
don't-
for 1, yes, and
you
I
kill
can do
something and
something
dull
else.
nothing
Yes,
else.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm trying something like that for the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite card for Opus 9? Like, not necessarily the one you think is the strongest, but the one you want to play with the most.
I really like Fusoya.
Fusoya.
Not because it's lightning.
Yeah.
yeah, but
He's
I
a-
really like Fusoya because only it's a 3 cost because
Yes.
you draw 2 thanks to him, and it's very good with, for example, Pew Pew.
Pew pew.
Because when you play Fusoya and you play directly Pew Pew in chain, you draw Pew Pew and you draw with Fusoya.
Yes.
So it's for only for 4 cards, for
Yes.
5 cards. You have at the end 4 cards and you kill maybe something.
Yeah. So,
So
you
maybe
just
it's quite good.
put poop on the stack
Yeah,
when your
on
end
the
is
stack.
empty. Yeah, I see. Yes. Standard play. Yeah, that's cool.
Fusoya is very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. The artwork is really super beautiful
And about
as
the
well.
and about the artwork is Gabrant. It's my
Yeah.
favorite character in all the
Same thing.
Yeah, the
Not for the
Final Fantasy
character.
lore, Gabrant, it's insane. I say thank you to the artist
Yes,
about
yes.
that. So yeah.
For me, it's not about the character, but I really like the artist that did all the promotional artwork for the Zodiac Age, and this is the full art I'm looking forward the most to get immediately as soon as
full
I
art, yeah.
can.
I have already one,
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
a full art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about the full arts later because maybe not all people know how the full arts work. I mean,
Yeah.
how they're split in boxes, etc. But yeah. So I don't know. Is there anything else you want to say right now? Or
No,
is there another question? I don't know.
no, I'm very happy to be here in the French tournament, so in
Yeah.
French event.
Lightning tournament.
Lightning tournament with
Mono
lightning
lightning.
deck,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
with mono lightning.
Not too far from home too.
Yeah, not too far
Yeah.
from home,
Yeah.
but I didn't sleep well because
Ah.
I was Evan.
Babysitting.
yeah, babysitting. Yeah.
It's like, one more game, please.
yeah. We play.
We
no.
play, we play.
No.
All right.
So yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you
Merci
for your
beaucoup.
time. See you soon.
See
Yeah.
you soon.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
in the top.
Bye bye.
Right. So I think this game was like fairly quicker than the previous one.
Yeah.
So
And we have some time now. You can switch back. You wanted to show the cards from Opus 9 fire ones. So I'm not sure we are in the right order now.
no.
So this was the
is
first one
yeah.
to
This
show.
is the order. So like we said, it's not exactly full review. It's more of I asked people around to give me a top 3 of their favorite cards that they thought were like the best in the set for
Yeah.
each element, and trying to combine all those answers. So sometimes there will be more than 3 answers, but because it's worth it. Like
It's
it's
like
hard to just narrow
if you
it
ask
down.
10 people the top 3, you have like 7 or 8 different cards.
Yes.
So you have to pick some of them.
Yes. So the first one, it's also in order in the Opus by their number. It's not necessarily by their rankings
Oh, okay.
on the power. It's just I took them by the order and they come in the set.
I
So
would
the
have
first
picked
one-
this guy first because he's throwing cards.
Yes,
Yeah, I like this.
Obviously Ace. So also it's promotional, not promotional, but exclusive artwork made only for this for the game.
Which is very cool.
So it's by the character designer actually for Final Fantasy remake, for the 7 remake.
Oh, okay.
Yes. We have Ace. So Ace is one of the 2 legends of the fire for the set. So the reason people told me Ace is because they really think that cadets are going to be a thing now because of him.
Okay.
So his effect is Exburst. When he attacks, you choose a forward your opponent controls. You deal 2,000 damage for each job class 0 cadets forward that you control. So that will be the line concerning the Exburst. But what people look forward the most is the second
Drawing
effect.
2 cards.
So when he enters the field, you reveal the top 7 cards of your deck, and you add up to 2 job class 0 cadets other than Ace among them to your hand, and then you shuffle the rest that is revealed under the deck. So yeah, 7 cards
7
reveal
cards.
and
Yeah.
get 2. So that makes him an effective 1 CP technically if you're lucky enough and get 2
Yeah,
job cadets. But
yeah.
if you play a cadet deck, then that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, clearly.
And as we know, cadets come very easily. There's a lot of elements. So we have not earth, sorry. We have fire, lightning, and wind. So it's a package that can go in multicolor. But yeah, this guy and also light. There's also a light
Yeah,
ace as
yeah,
well.
you're gonna have to find the best combination.
Yes,
of colors, but-
I think most people are going to go with Windfire.
yeah.
Because there's the new REM as well that we're going to speak about when we'll go to Wind. But there's also backups like Doce, who was like one of the best backups possibly that you could get, especially for this deck. But yeah, very good card all around. So the 5k, the 8k body for a 5 CP is fine because the X burst and the entry to battle is
Yeah.
just too good. So yeah, that was one of the ones that came out the most. So the next two
Then we
we're
have
going to talk
King.
about. Actually, if you could show both of them at the same time. So the king and the queen.
Okay.
Just
okay.
above. Yeah, just split them. Yeah, there we go.
We're gonna split the king and the queen.
Yes.
They're not gonna like it.
You're taking all the cards except the ones.
Yeah, everything is going wrong for me now.
It's fine. Okay,
There
there
it
you
is.
go.
And the second one,
There
we're
we go.
gonna reduce the king.
There. So the king and the queen, so they come together in package. Let's say, obviously not together in the package, but they work together.
Not in the same pack.
If you play the king first, he actually searches for the queen and play her directly on the field. So that's the main combo that people are looking for.
Yeah.
They both share the ability that if your opponent doesn't have any forwards, then they cannot attack. So this is regarding the lore of Final Fantasy IV. If you don't know, they are Edge's parents that have been transformed into monsters, and they do not attack you because they recognize you as your friends. So that's why if you don't have any forwards, there's no enemy, they don't attack. So there you go. Then we have the queen who has an ability. If she party attacks with the king, then you can choose a forward and deal it 5k damage. So this is just an interesting package that for 5 CP you can bring an effective 8 CP.
Yeah.
And then the next turn you have two big bodies that attack you for 14k and still deal you 5k damage. Knowing that it's fire, obviously before attacking you can play something like the Fusilier that just came out, the Irvine, the Black Wolves, anything that does damage, and you just finish it off with a party attack. But yeah, it's mostly the king, like the entry.
I really like the artwork of the king. Like, I'm a fan, but even if you are not,
Yes,
it's one
that
of
one
the
is very cool.
the coolest, I think. It's the blue is I don't know. My mind is like
Very menacing.
good.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
All right, so up top, the next one we have, those two is Nael. So Nael is the other legend of the sets. She's also the box topper.
Yeah.
So every time you're going to buy a display, you're going to get a full art version of this card in foil. So why is Nael so good? So to start off, she's a 6 CP 9k, so that's on curve. That's super good. When she enters the field, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and you add up to 2 forwards among them to your hand and put the rest into the break zone.
Yeah.
So that can make her, again, we're staying a bit in the same thing,
reducing
the CP cost, so to speak. So she can be a 2 CP 9k. And then the interesting, that's already really strong. But then the 2 other effects that she has, the 2 action abilities, or something that they didn't really have in Fire yet.
Yeah.
They gave it to Ice not so long ago with Kuja, but now they have it in Fire, or other elements if you want to play her in something else than Monofire. So remove 1 backup from the game. Until the end of the turn, she gains 2,000 power and haste. And remove 2 backups from the game, choose a forward, and deal it 8k. That's really super strong.
Yes.
So yeah, backup removal in Fire is super cool because now they have even more finishers, so to speak. They already have stuff like the red mages that could prevent blocking, so you could prevent someone to block, and then you kill the red mage with Nail
it and play another one.
and play another
so
one.
re-prevent from blocking.
Yeah, stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff. So I mean, the red mage is an action ability, so still you can do it on the same turn. But you could play something else that prevents from blocking. There's a lot of stuff, or you can play the new Cyan. We're not going to showcase the new Cyan, but Cyan when he enters the field, it's 2 CP, gives 1,000 power and brave to everyone. Like what else could you ask? Yeah. So there's a lot more options now for finishing a game, and just as we said, getting possibly 2 cards for free is always good.
And it's easy to get because it's the
box topper. So we're not going to talk about Cyan, actually, but there's this other FF6 backup, 2 CP Shadow. So speaking of finishers, ability, action ability. So 1 fire, dull Shadow, and put him in the break zone. Choose a forward, deal it 8k damage. You can only use this ability if your forward you control has been put from the field into the break zone this turn. So this is really strong as well.
Yeah,
you can
very good way to remove forward.
You force trades. They know you have Shadow. They're like, I don't want to block you. Even if I want, maybe I don't want because Belius is a thing. Yes. We're going to talk about Belius, the new Belius afterwards. But yeah, now I have the options like, do I take the damage? I'm going to lose. Do I block? Something kills and then I still gonna lose because Shadow is going to kill me. So yeah, very interesting card. And 2 CP backups that are good like this are super good.
And now,
the Belias.
Special mention, and not because of the artwork.
No, the artwork is already cool, but
insane.
the special mention actually it was Shadow. It's just like the
Oh,
one
okay,
border.
sorry.
It doesn't really matter. But Belius was also talked about a lot. So everyone compares him to obviously his little brother or big
Yeah.
brother, should we say? Because it's
Yeah,
a
it's
2
one
CP,
more CP.
one more CP. So the 2 CP version EX burst. So as we can see, this one is also EX burst. Choose a forward until the end of the turn. It gains 1,000 power in first strike, and you draw a card. But if you have received 4 points of damage or more, then it also gains haste. So as we can see, the main difference for 1 CP is there is a condition to get
the
haste. That's the only difference. So obviously, most of the time, we use Belias not to give haste, unless in some decks, for
But for the
example, the
first strike.
Zidane, blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
But we use it for the first
First
strike in
strike.
1,000. So obviously, having it for 1 less CP is very attractive.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people are expecting this card to be playing in mono fire, but also in other decks that play fire. Could see this being splashed as well in decks that have, like, for example, chaos or whatever, because it's only 1 CP now.
Yeah.
We don't know.
No.
There's possibilities. We don't know.
Yeah, I think you always have a better option actually if it's only to splash it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's only 1 CP, we'll see when we get to Ice later that this is maybe a better option to play off for 1 CP.
Yeah, most of the
Yeah.
time, like Ice, you have Mateus, which is
As well too, yes.
1 CP and very, very good. And
We're
it's-
staying in the FF12 characters because technically this is a Mobius
Yeah.
artwork, but Belias is still a FF12 summon.
Yeah, but you cannot play this guy in the FF12 only decks.
Yeah, because title doesn't work for this one.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, the new Zalera is also only Mobius. She's not 12. Stuff like that. Every new summon basically is Mobius. Even Famfret is Mobius.
Yeah.
But they stick to this FF12 package that came out back in Opus 2 and 3 and just put all the Mobius versions. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
we
the
have what-
artwork are insane.
Yeah, the
All of them
Shemazai is
so-
super cute,
yeah.
super pretty, or rather cute. Famfret is amazing in foil, for example. I've seen
Yeah.
it yesterday. The Zalera, obviously. So there's one bear element. What is the lightning one, actually? I forgot.
Yeah, me
Did
too.
lightning get one, actually? Maybe they didn't. I forgot the set. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll check.
But yeah, that's it for fire. So, obviously, fire has always been, like we said, controversial. People always thought that it was weaker compared to other elements. As we can see with the stats, obviously it's not as played as other elements. But I really think that this set is gonna push them a bit more
Yeah.
towards the front of the scene.
I was joking about that just before. Like, in the next set, fire is going to be a thing. But it's
Yeah,
true
it's-
that those cards are very powerful, and we have a lot of way to. But maybe not mono fire.
No, not a mono fire. Yeah. We'll see.
always do,
The
like-
cadet, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Nail, and it's just that she fits pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
So if it was fire only cards, yeah, obviously it was a bit less interesting. But
the
it's
knowledge is
forwards,
working with
any
cadets
forwards.
also, so
So yeah, but I know there was a thing like before the release of every set, people do like bingos and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it's like fire cards are still like bad, stuff like that. That is a thing, but no, like, this set is really good for fire.
hopefully it will be enough for them.
Yeah. So
Because we're not gonna see another good fire card before Opus 12. No, that's a joke.
No,
don't worry. It was like,
no,
what's happening?
Actually, speaking of the next set, like I think, like we know that there's already the new keyword damage
Yeah.
for Opus 10. I expect this actually to be maybe more present in fire and earth than any other element. Maybe
It's
every
about damage you took, right?
What? Yeah, I think it's based on the damage you took, but still, I think that it's maybe going to be also the ones you gave. I don't know. We'll see, but I expect this to
Oh.
be more on earth or fire. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, if it's about damage you took, like it's more. I would think of it more.
Yeah,
like
I think
an
it's more
earth
about the you
wing.
took. Yes.
But if it's about the, if maybe several keywords we don't know yet.
Yes.
If it's about damage you dealt,
Hmm.
yeah, I can see a lot of cards in fire with this.
Yes. Because we know that there's cards like a Bronze and stuff like
Yeah.
that says if you took 6 damage or more, which is not like logic considering the rules. So maybe we'll have
Very bad in draft.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have cards that actually allow you to go through that limit or stuff like that. We don't know. So
Yeah,
Opus 10 should be very interesting.
This is an old talk, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we've
it's
been
all talk,
talking
but I
this-
mean, it's since we're talking damage, maybe
Yeah.
the two will be related. I don't know. I'm just speculating here.
Yeah, of course.
I know this was a topic that was actually asked during the live stream 2 days ago in Japan, where like people are always comparing, to things that already existed.
Yeah.
So in chapters, like
chapters, yeah.
we had the weapons, we had the items, you had the overdrive, etc., etc. So they were just asking like, when are we getting new keywords, etc. So Kageyama-san confirmed that we are getting keywords. He reminded everyone that we already have the damage that has been confirmed.
Yeah.
But he's also working on new ones. So we'll see. Things are going to get fresh as Opus get released.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. It's a good time to release new
Yeah.
keywords. It's
So-
kind of missing right now.
Yeah, that's also maybe why Opus 9 was, for some people, they weren't too excited about it because there's only new cards. But now that the full set has been revealed and they see a lot of new interesting toys, they're very much more hyped about it.
We
So,
actually
yeah.
have a lot of new tools to build new interesting decks.
Yes.
So yeah, clearly, I would like to see in several weeks what the players are doing with those new Opus.
It's also very interesting because maybe it's less interesting to, let's say, at the average competitor, because we're already at the end of the competitive season, because now you really have to qualify for Euros or Worlds, etc.
Yeah.
Because this is actually the last, second to last Crystal Cup, as you said. The next one is Fire, and then there's the Dark one, but that serves as the last chance qualifier for Euros. So actually, the ones that are going to start really building for Opus 9 decks are going to be those players that are already qualified. So they have a lot of time to, before Euros and Worlds, to figure out what are the best things to build,
And it
etc.
might be a time, well, maybe not, but it might be a time when you keep like your best decks.
Yes.
Because you gonna like showdown them on the Europe or the Worlds. Well, normally on the Europe first. And if you show them too early and
Yeah.
people like saying, "Oh my God, this deck is so good," you might lose an edge.
Yes. That's what happens to Joshua all the time. He's too good at deck building, and then everyone goes, "Hey, this deck is super cool."
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like also wind.
Yeah. Well, he did a lot of decks. Like the water wind was also a bit of him and stuff like that. Everyone contributes. That's the cool thing about the community. Is like one player maybe doesn't make the deck, but maybe he does. But then he just makes it popular, and then everyone plays it, and then people are like, "This is too
Switches
popular.
cards and
I need
like-
to counter it." And then another thing emerges, and this is the cool thing about the TCG, that doesn't have like one tier 0 deck that everyone plays. This is not the case in the TCG.
Clearly not.
It was
it's
the case,
it's
so to
making
speak, back in the
healthy-
days, but that was when we had less choices. Now we have a lot of cards to play with.
It's making a lot of healthy tournaments.
Yes, such as this one.
Yeah.
Actually, we didn't really talk about the number of participants, but the last number I heard was 95, if I'm not
95, okay.
mistaken. I also know that some people are only coming for the side events tomorrow because they couldn't come today. But yeah, still 95 is a very good number, because considering the location, also that not a lot of European players come from abroad.
And the
Because
dates, like we are in July, it's a common month to take holidays in
and
France.
stuff like that. But yeah, especially if you compare it to Eindhoven, where there were 120 something.
Yeah.
But amongst them were at least 28 players actually came from France. But now we don't have as much player that came from the other way around, so that's also why the numbers are fluctuating. But still, almost 100 is still super
That's
good
nice.
number. Everyone knows each other anyway, because
Yeah, most of the
people-
players, if you play like 2 or 3 Crystal Cups, like
Yeah.
you know the other players.
yeah, because you travel. Even if you don't travel abroad and the other people already came or they came to Grand Open, then you know them. That's the cool thing about this. All right, so I think they're about to announce the third round. So far we had Earth, Wind, Water twice. Are we going to see
But
three
two
times-
different versions.
Two different versions. Are we going to see a third different one?
Yeah,
Let's see.
maybe.
We're going to see what the judges bring us for the table. So as for us, we're going to see you again in a few minutes.
Gonna make small hold.
Yeah,
for that.
small hold, and we'll come back with the round 3, and then you do that new match. So see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.